Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's review I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Comic Edition Leader Class Shockwave. Let me know what you think of this figure in the comment section down below. Is it a pickup or a pass? Let's now take a look at the figure's packaging. At the front, we have more than meets the eye, the Transformers, as well as a really cool image of Shockwave in his robot mode, next to text reading "Are All Dead." At the bottom, we have the Transformers 40th Anniversary logo, as well as Shockwave and a Decepticon symbol. Moving to the side, we have another really cool image of Shockwave in his robot mode, and if you do get the remaining comic edition figures, you can put all the boxes together and complete the battle scene. Moving to the back of the box, the figure transforms in 15 steps. There is a proc shot of the figure in their robot alt mode, as well as the included Optimus Prime head and several images taken from the comic book. And for the final side, we do have several black and white images of Shockwave fighting the Autobots and Decepticons. One last thing I would like to show you on the box is how you can open the front as you would a book, which will then reveal this amazing artwork taken from the comic book, as well as show how the figure comes packaged, and a brief description or bio written in several different languages that I will read for you right now. So it does say, Shockwave is the military commander of the Decepticons, ruled by logic. Every move he makes is calculated to achieve the most successful results to his advantage. Regardless of his current rank, if it is more logical for him to override Megatron and seize command of the Decepticons, Shockwave will take that chance. Here we have Shockwave in his Cybertronian Spaceship Alt Mode. Let's take a look at the details. Starting at the front, we have some glossy black and tons of surface detail, as well as this classic black wire which can plug into any available mech-tech port. I also like how the design of the bridge matches the design of Shockwave's head sculpt. And if you turn to the back, we have several rocket boosters which are blast-to-piece compatible, and if you don't already know, you can fold these small little wings down, flip the entire thing upside down, and there you have Shockwave's gun. Starting off our rapid fire alt mode comparisons, here we have the comic edition Shockwave with another member of this exclusive subline, that being Grimlock. Here he is with a few recent additions to the collection, that being the Star Raider Cannonball and the Star Raider Lockdown. Getting right into the figure's transformation, what you're going to want to do is turn to the underside of the spaceship and fold in the landing gear. You can then disconnect the wire. How this was attached is there is a post right there and a port right there. You can then fold up the small little wings. You can then disconnect the bridge. How this was tabbed into place is there is a slot right there and a tab right there. You can then turn to the back of the spaceship and split the legs and the bridge down the middle, like so. Once you've done that, you can fully extend each leg all the way out. As you can see, there is a slot right there and a tab right there, so just fold this panel in until it tabs into place. Do the same thing with the other one, tab that into place. Once you've done that, you can rotate at the top of the leg. We're then gonna move to the front, open up this section, and rotate it all the way around. You can then bring each arm down to the side. And once you've done that, you can close this entire section up. As you can see, there is a slot right there and a tab right there. So just close that up and bring this entire section to the back of the figure and tab that into place. You can then open up the chest, fold the head out. There is 4 tabs and 4 corresponding slots, and all of that will just line up and tab into place. And for the last step, you can plug in the wire, and that is it for transformation. Here we have Shockwave in his robot mode. Let's take a look at At the details, starting at that head sculpt, we have some purple for the helmet section, some silver for the ears, some glossy black for the face, and some yellow for the eye. Going down to the chest, we have several comic lines as well as a classic Decepticon symbol, and moving to the arm, we have some dark and light purple as well as a few comic lines. Taking a look at the other one, the only difference with this one is we do have a signature gun and wire. And moving to the top of the legs, we have some light gray plastic as well as some spikes sticking out of the knees, and I do quite like the silver for the feet. Now taking a look at the back of the figure, as you can see he does have a bit of a backpack, but this is accurate to his comic book and on-screen appearance. Getting right into the articulation and starting with that head sculpt, it can look up and down, tilt side to side, look left and right. The arms can move out and in, forward and back. There is a bicep rotation and elbow bend, a full rotation at the hand, and if you do move the arms out of the way, there is a full 360 rotation at the waist. The legs can kick forward and back on ratchets, as well as out to the side. They can rotate at the top of the leg and do a knee bend to a very good degree, and the foot can pivot at the ankle. As for accessories, Shockwave includes Optimus Prime's head hooked up to a computer so that you can recreate scenes from the comic book, but right out of the packaging, some assembly is required. And quickly taking a look at the details, we have some dark blue for the helmet section, some silver for the forehead and the battle mask, as well as some yellow for the eyes. I do quite like the bright orange for the spikes surrounding the head, as well as the base. We also have some gold paint apps for this inner circle, and if you do turn to the back, we have this really well sculpted wire painted in a nice glossy red. Starting off our rapid fire robot mode comparisons, here we have the comic edition Shockwave with the Nemesis Bridge Shockwave, and let me know what your favorite version of this mold is in the comments below. Up next, here he is with the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. Last but not least, here he is with a recent addition to the collection, that being the Star Raider Filch. Wrapping up this review of the Transformers Generations Comic Edition Leader Class Shockwave, the figure is part of a new exclusive subline called Comic Edition, in which Hasbro takes characters from popular Transformers comics and translates them into figure form. For our first entry, we have Shockwave, which uses the Siege mold, but is painted in his comic accurate deco. Accessory-wise, the figure includes Optimus Prime's head hooked up to a computer so that you can recreate scenes from the comic. The articulation and tolerances are on par with the previous iterations of the mold and what you would expect of a typical leader class figure. The figure's transformation is straightforward and fun to do back and forth. Shockwave converts into a Cybertron spaceship, which is the weaker part of this figure because it doesn't include the extra weapons that came with the previous version of the mold, where they formed the wings in the alt mode, so it feels incomplete. And that's all I have to say about this figure. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you next time.